year 2000. A conference room in Dallas, Texas. Two founders of a company called Netflix walk into Blockbuster's headquarters with an offer. Buy us for $50 million. Blockbuster's CEO, John Antioco, reportedly struggles not to laugh. Netflix is small, unprofitable, and hemorrhaging cash. The offer is declined. Today, Netflix is worth over $370 billion. Blockbuster has one remaining store in Bend, Oregon. It's a tourist attraction. This is not a story about a company that failed to see the future. It's a story about a company that couldn't survive it. At its peak, Blockbuster operated over 9,000 stores across 25 countries. Annual revenue, $6 billion. On any given Friday night in the 1990s, millions of Americans did the same thing. Drove to Blockbuster, wandered the aisles, picked a movie. The company had exclusive deals with every major Hollywood studio. But the number that matters most is this one, $800 million. That was Blockbuster's annual revenue from late fees alone, 16% of total revenue in the year 2000. Late fees weren't a nuisance. They were a load-bearing wall of the entire business model. Blockbuster didn't just lead the home entertainment market, it was the market. In 1997, Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph founded Netflix in Scotts Valley, California. The model was simple, DVD by mail. No storefronts, no late fees. One flat monthly subscription. The origin story, possibly apocryphal, is that Hastings got hit with a $40 late fee at Blockbuster and decided there had to be a better way. True or not, the business model was real, and by 2000 it was failing. Netflix had roughly 300,000 subscribers and was burning through cash. That's when Hastings flew to Dallas and made the offer, $50 million to sell Netflix. Antioco passed. At the time, it was a rational decision. Netflix was a rounding error on Blockbuster's balance sheet. But what Blockbuster couldn't see, what almost no incumbent can see, is that Netflix wasn't offering a better product. It was offering a different model, and that difference was a trap. In his book 7 Powers, strategist Hamilton Helmer identifies 7 forces that give companies durable competitive advantages. One of them is counterpositioning. A newcomer adopts a superior business model that the incumbent cannot copy, because doing so would damage their existing business. Netflix's model was poisonous to Blockbuster. Eliminate late fees. There goes $800 million in annual revenue. Move to subscription. That cannibalizes in-store rental income. Embrace streaming, and 9,000 stores flip from greatest asset to heaviest liability. Blockbuster's CEO saw the threat. Antioco launched Blockbuster Online and eliminated late fees. It was working. But dropping late fees cratered short-term profits. The board, led by Carl Icahn, forced Antioco out. His replacement reversed everything and doubled down on stores. The company's own immune system rejected the cure. That is what makes counterpositioning lethal. The incumbent sees the threat clearly. But the rational response, the one that protects next quarter's earnings, the one that satisfies the board, is to do nothing, or worse, to reverse course. And Blockbuster is not the only corpse in this graveyard. Vanguard launched low-cost index funds, and matching those fees meant gutting the revenue that paid for every analyst and fund manager in the industry. Airbnb let strangers rent out spare rooms, and for Marriott and Hilton, building the same platform meant their own properties competing against their own listings. Tesla sold electric cars direct to consumers, and for GM and Ford, every EV sold is a car that never comes back for an oil change. The pattern is the same every time. The incumbent's greatest asset becomes the wall of its own cage. Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy on September 23, 2010. At the time of filing, it carried roughly $1 billion in debt. Netflix, the company Blockbuster could have bought for $50 million, today has over 300 million subscribers worldwide and a market capitalization exceeding $370 billion. One Blockbuster store remains. The force that killed Blockbuster wasn't Netflix. It was Blockbuster's own business model. Every dollar of late fee revenue, every store lease, every exclusive studio deal, the assets that made Blockbuster dominant were the exact assets that made adaptation impossible. Counter-positioning doesn't beat the incumbent with a better product. It beats them with a business model the incumbent cannot adopt. The strongest companies don't die from the outside. They die from the inside.